I remember my first kiss in 6th grade. The moment after my first kiss, I had to tell that girl, hey, we just had our first kiss, but I'm about to go move to Seattle. Parents got a new duty station, you know what I mean? Huh? You know what I mean? Crazy, right? Should have told you before the kiss, huh? Another day, another dollar, y'all. The time is around 7:18. Today with this video, we'll talk about 5 things that I learned after turning 30.
Too old for this shit.
I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this shit.
I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this shit.
Will you follow me again?
I'm getting too old for this shit.
The first thing I learned, very first thing I learned when I turned 30 was that fast food is costly. And I know a lot of y'all are out there sitting up there like,
Of course fast food is costly, inflation, all this stuff, everything's going up, duh.
that's not what I'm talking about. When you eat fast food before 30, you can eat that stuff by the box load. A bunch of McChickens, a bunch of McGriddles, eat a bunch of candy, wash it down with Sprites, Capri Suns, Kool-Aid pouches. Y'all remember how we used to eat as kids? Terrible. Eat like that at 30, then go to sleep, go leave and sleeping with all that on your stomach, you'll wake up and have what I like to call the bubble booty. When I was in high school, my mother used to get me Wendy's Baconators after great football games. It felt like a great thing to have like a great burger. I tried to have one of these things the day before a flight, the night before a flight to be precise. Woke up the next day and my stomach was killing me. Like literally, my insides was whooping my own. I was on a flight that whole day, blah, 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 blah. On vacation, mind you, bubble booties, because I decided to eat some Wendy's thinking I still had it like that. I'm telling you, when you turn 30, y'all, let go of that fast food. Hey y'all, it's 7:31. Hey, is there any more jelly? Gonna break the fifth wall here. We're running late. My wife is giving me that look that she's upset. Time is everything. That's the second reason for turning.
Time in 1 second.
1 second that we don't have. Go ahead, put those shoes on, please. I don't care how old I get, nothing hits more than a regular meat and cheese sandwich. You get a little mustard or mayonnaise, with cheese, you know what I'm saying? Really want to have a good time. You get you a bag of chips, maybe some Doritos, maybe a flavored lay. I'm not a plain lay kind of guy. Some of you guys are plain lays guys. You're sickos, okay? I'm gonna get in frame to make sure you can see me when I say that. Plain lays, serial killer, run away. You get you some crunchies to go with your sandwich. Get you one of these. Y'all remember these, bruh. All this used to be fine dining, and y'all know it. You cannot go wrong with the classic sandwich.
So tired this morning.
But the second thing is the importance of time. Prior to 30, you guys, I could spend hours playing video games. I could spend hours just doing mindless research on a random topic. A lot of y'all remember them days where we used to go down them Illuminati rabbit holes, or we used to have a LimeWire binge, a Napster binge. You just be online for hours. You don't really get that time once you turn 30. Some people, you know, they don't have extra responsibilities when they turn 30. But if you're doing the whole marriage, kid thing, all of time will change. On an average, my wife and I probably get about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to ourselves. With that hour and a half, you're trying to groom, entertainment time, you're trying to get your autonomy, all your decompression within that small little amount of time. So you have to be very, very intentional. You can't just waste time.
How much time would you say you have on a daily basis?
None. Probably have like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And if I try and stretch it beyond that, it's gonna impact my sleep. And then I'm gonna be exhausted on mornings like today. And then the whole house is running late, so I really should only have like an hour, hour and a half. So we're not doing interviews right now. Can't ask any questions.
Okay.
No pictures, no video. No.
All right. Well, y'all clean up in this mother.
One thing about time management too, it also becomes a bigger determinant of success as you get older. People that are able to properly manage their time are the successful people in this world. The people that don't have a sense for the value of time, that waste it, that don't realize that this stuff is ticking, it's not renewable, you can't get it back. Those are the people that tend to be a little bit further behind. And as we've sort of gotten older, maybe because of the kids, it sort of forced us to have to be a little bit more intentional. I wish I had hours online to just play 2K. I get on 2K online right now and get my ass drugged because y'all logging more hours than me. I remember as kids, bruh, I used to be sitting in my crib and be bored, had the nerve to be bored. Wish I had that time to improve on skills or to just do whatever. Them kids out there saying they bored right now. You ain't bored, you ain't got no purpose, little.
No, but bring mommy the diaper. No, come bring it to mommy.
Mommy?
That's you, Noah.
No, not daddy.
No, this is daddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, daddy.
Yeah, you sick. My little baby. I love you.
Daddy.
So did we determine if we gave her the allergy stuff yesterday or not? 'Cause
I brought it upstairs and I'm sitting up here talking about time. One of the things I don't get as much time to do these days is personal grooming. Hey baby, could y'all turn that down a little bit? Yeah, when it comes to how much time I get, personal grooming time, y'all, is like at the bottom of the list. Look at this mustache. Look at that. I've got a limited amount of time and my face right now isn't really in use. You might have enough time for a shower and to brush your teeth and to do the bare essentials. All the extra, shaving mustaches and all that stuff, nah, I'll skip that when time is low. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a quick little. Thing number 3 is actually very important. As you get older, movement is no longer built into your day. As kids, and even in college, you can kind of get by because you got recess, things like PE, things like sports or intramurals. You could even join a sports team in college. Like usually you have a little bit more activity before 30. You get 30 and you get into your career, you usually are a little bit more sedentary. For my job, you guys have seen, I'm pretty much sitting at a desk the majority of the time. There's not a bunch of opportunities to just naturally move around. That is something that you have to be way more intentional about as you get older. It becomes very important to do those things, otherwise you just start to deteriorate. As you get older, there's way less activity, therefore way less muscle development. After a while of just falling into that 30-year-old getting older trap, you can really start to lose yourself. And you guys kind of saw me, I was losing myself. But that's thing number 3, as you get older, movement is not going to be baked into your day nearly as much. You're gonna have to be a lot more intentional. Let me go ahead and rinse all this off. I'm keeping it a bean, y'all. I wash my face specifically for y'all. I had no reason to wash my face other than the fact that I'm on camera and I don't want to look bummy right now. But make no mistake, on a regular day, where's the light? On a regular day, I am getting on this bike with stank breath and crusty crusties all in my eyes. So please believe me, I could care less about any of this when I'm on this bike. Apologies in advance if this is a little bit crooked. I've got my tripod set right by this bike. Thing number 4, very, very important. In fact, this thing can actually wreak havoc anywhere in your life if it goes unchecked. And that thing is stress. Stress isn't even anything that I used to think about pre-30. With the upbringing that I had, 2 military parents, constantly moving. I joke with my wife all the time just about how I remember my first kiss in 6th grade. The moment after my first kiss, I had to tell that girl, hey, we just had our first kiss, but I'm about to go move to Seattle. Parents got a new duty station, you know what I mean? Huh? You know what I mean? Crazy, right? Should have told you for the kiss, huh? But no, say all that to say, I feel like I'm accustomed to a certain amount of stress. Football practice, dealing with football coaches, stress. School, stress. As a child, these weren't things that had tangible meaning to me. These weren't things that you know, I could really feel and identify, or was trained to identify within myself on a regular basis. When you get older, it becomes very important that you have that ability. And the reason why is because when it comes to stress, it produces a hormone called cortisol. And when your body has too much of it, or is producing too much of it, crazy things can start to happen within the body. In my case, I'm starting to lose some hair. Hopefully by now y'all have seen Mr. Patches, but you can lose your hair in the name of stress. You can develop ulcers in the name of stress. Stress can really deteriorate the body in a very real way. And so as you get older, it becomes very important to have tactics to mitigate it. Things like meditation, having certain hobbies, reading, exercise like I'm doing now. You know, for me, that's why I think sharing this point is so important on the bike. When I get up in the morning, my fixation with these routines comes because I know it is a stress relief. Anytime I can get up and actually prioritize my health and feel good about it, it's a stress reliever. Makes me respect my day a little bit more, makes me respect myself a little bit more, honestly. It just sort of reduces that stress overall. I'm sure there's some science to it that I could put on the screen as well, but it's a real deal. This conversation is also extremely important because oftentimes what you'll notice with adults and how adults deal with stress, that's when those vices start to come in a little bit more abundance, right? When you start seeing the beer drinking every day. That's when the wine drinking every night starts happening. That's when the weed consumption is elevated, right? I'm no different. I'm not smoking. But at the end of my day, I do like a little bit of CBD. I've had to learn how to overcome certain vices as stress is taking over in certain parts of my life. When I was doing the home buying process, boy, I was drinking. I was going through the process of trying to elevate within my company, coming home every night. How I would relieve my stress with food. Taco Bell, McDonald's, all that stuff that's killing my guts today. Those are the things that I was leaning on. And I just say all that to say, through stress mitigation or improper stress mitigation, where I found the bulk of my issues. So make sure that you emphasize your stress correctly. Make sure you find healthy ways to mitigate it. And it's gonna be a huge key. You're gonna have to sort of figure out what you're gonna use as your stress mitigation. But I say exercise is a great place to start. All right, but that is thing number 4. I'm gonna go ahead and continue working out. Leave you guys. Come back with thing number 5.
Actually, a little surprised at how much Logan decided to alter the original footage just to make Logan look better.
Thing number 5, the last and final thing, children change everything. I want to be careful on this one because the last thing I want to make it sound like is a complaint. I love my children, I love my family, I love my current workflow. When I say change, let me close this door, Ruth. All of the things that I've listed already, kids are gonna impact every single one of those things. Date nights, vacations, decompression time, all of that is going to be changed by kids. A lot of times we get 30, we get in a loving relationship, and a lot of us sort of look around and we got like this invisible clock that we're sort of keeping in our minds of, well, when am I gonna have kids? As me and my wife were together, it was kind of a foregone conclusion that we were gonna get married. We just loved each other. In that phase, the thought process for me was, oh, okay, well, we're gonna get married. Now that we're getting married, let's go ahead and start our family. It was like this instantaneous thing I felt like I needed to do, and I felt like we needed to do to kind of build in that direction. It was like that tradition. But in hindsight, I can see how there would have been a little value to waiting a few years, enjoying the marriage, enjoying maybe a little travel time, enjoying some of the things on my list a little bit more. Let me move this down. I gotta take a shower. But maybe enjoying some more of those things on the list, and essentially allowing myself to take a different perspective with childbirth. It's really easy when you really love somebody, you know that you want to live your life with them, you know that this is your person and you know you're going to marry them. It's very easy sometimes to get in that relationship and think and be like, well, let's do the next monumental thing that we can do. And in hindsight, now that we are in a position where we did the grinding, we've made the money, and we're now in that great comfortable position. Now for me, sometimes I think to myself and I'm like, I probably wouldn't change anything, but it would be valuable information to have, to be able to pick between those forks in the road. Between, you're gonna have a very narrow window or margin for error when you go with kids, versus you can go at this a little bit more casually, have a little bit more time with your wife, a little bit more delay for your family building. You may have some cons other places, but you'll have these pros. Just having the information, I think, is very, very helpful, because I think so many of us, we get in these relationships, we have these kids, and then we look up 5 years later and like, damn, I got some things I wish I would have done. Got some plans I wish I would have made. I got some things I wish I would have seen. Take a moment and think about it a little bit. Think about what it's going to mean. So, but that is thing number 5. Now y'all, make no mistake about anything I've shared on this list. Time is very limited right now. We are very busy. Things are very, very jam-packed. I mean, shoot, right now we got some cleaning to do. We got a whole lot on the plate, but I wouldn't change it for anything, man. When you're with somebody that you love and you care about, and you have a unit that you are prideful about, all of this stuff feels good. It's taxing. It hurts a little bit some days, but it all feels good because you know you're building something that you really, truly, truly love. And hopefully you guys can experience something like that in your lives as well. All right. I'm about to take a shower, wash these bowls. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys, man. Been TP Locks. Things I shared with my audience this morning. One of the first things I shared with them was the impact of fast food. Tell me about that. Did you, from pre-30 to post-30, could you just give me one little statement on what did you think about, how did fast food change from post-30, pre-30? How did it change?
Just gas.
Blowing ass more.
Just gas. It just always, I honestly feel like it was like the day I turned 30. Good morning. I almost feel like it was like the day I turned 30. It was like anytime I would have McDonald's, my stomach would hurt and get to start bubbling.
And you didn't have that problem.
Yes, you can have
that problem prior, right?
No, like I know. No, I don't think it's gonna let me talk for too long.
I just want to reiterate here to you guys that my wife did re-emphasize the exact same point that I emphasized earlier, called the bubble booty. It's called the bubble booty.